Hello, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Hammercast. I'm your host, Alex, the Hebrew Hammer Sullivan. Today, I want to talk a little bit about why I think kettlebell swings kind of suck for building the glutes. Now, I'm going to present a couple of caveats because I know that there are already people who are like triggered just from having read the title and are only tuning in because they want to see how angry they can get. And so my job is not to try to make people angry, but I do want to explain this a little bit because I think there's probably some confusion, but in the end, I think you'll also, maybe you'll agree with me. Okay, maybe you won't. That's all right. This is a free country. You're allowed to be wrong. But in any event, we're going to talk about that at length in just a moment. And as always, I want to just remind anybody, if you're a new listener, I highly recommend that you get my 9-minute kettlebell and bodyweight challenge. As the name implies, it's only 9 minutes, and it's designed to be done in conjunction with whatever other workouts you are doing. I'm going to just close my window here. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. If you're not, you'll just have to take my word for it. But it's designed to be done in conjunction with whatever other workouts you are doing so that it is complementary to your training and not complicating to your training. It's great because it works on the gait pattern and making that a lot stronger. So it's going to help you to make sure that you are filling in all these gaps that may have just snuck into your training without or even realizing it. So 9minutechallenge.com. Go there, get thyself thine own free copy. It's digital, so you can download it right off the bat, and you can get cracking right away. All right. And speaking of which, we should get cracking on the topic of today, which is why kettlebell swings kind of suck for building the glutes. And the reason I bring this up is because one of the oft-touted benefits of swinging kettlebells is, quote, kettle booty. That is a nice, strong, and shapely set of buns to go with all of your hard efforts. And while kettlebell swings can indeed make some improvements in those areas, the fact is there are much better tools for the job. Now, again, maybe you're thinking, how dare you, you jerkweed? I love kettlebell swings. And here you are talking trash about them. Well, to that I say, hold your horses there, partner. Swings are an excellent exercise, and they're one of my all-time faves, in fact. But like any other exercise, they have a shelf life for how long they will continue to build your glutes before that margin of diminishing return sets in. Now, the question might be, why? Well, thus spake powerlifter turned bodybuilder and hypertrophy expert Paul Carter. For glute hypertrophy, they are not a good choice. It's a momentum-based movement that doesn't actually load the glutes effectively. You have hip extension occurring against basically minimal load. So I'll repeat, swings, just like a great many other movements, can indeed add some gluteal strength and size onto you, particularly if you are a raw beginner. But for the amount of time, effort, and energy you need to put into them to get some noticeable gluteal gains, they're not my first choice. And when I'm talking about gains too, I don't mean just strength. I'm actually talking about muscles in particular, okay? Now, I'd say keeping them in your regular rotation of movements for building up your explosive power, your conditioning, your mental toughness, that sort of a thing, all great ideas, but choose a better tool for building size and muscularity. And what's more, swings are no different from any other exercise. So if all you ever do is swings, you'll eventually run into a wall where it's hard to keep progressing. Ironically, even if you don't care about crafting a gorgeous set of glutes, which I think is very weird, and all you want to do is just keep beefing up your swing strength and explosive power, it still helps to have some slow, grindy type movements in your routine to keep that gain train rolling into the station right on schedule for a long time to come. So what slow, methodical movements would I choose? Well, from the world of kettlebells, there are 4 moves that stand head and shoulders above the others. I like to call them the fantastic 4. Get it? Fantastic, whatever. All right, so they are the hip thrust, the squat with a little bit more of a lean forward, reverse lunge, again with a bit more of a lean forward, and the deadlift. Now, done correctly, you'll not only see that even your heaviest kettlebells start floating like the lighter ones when you're doing your swings, but darn near every other exercise, both upper and lower body, will probably start feeling easier too. And the cherry on top of all that is you might even get some compliments on your butt from your significant other, or at least stares of awe from your fellow townspeople around the pool or beach this summer, or next summer, or whenever you start to do this, all right? And you can get a dynamite glute training session in just a few minutes a day. And that is basically something that I think everybody should keep in mind, because not everybody's going to have a whole ton of time to do endless sets for their glutes. But this is one of the problems with swings, in my opinion. As much as I like them, when the goal is to make your glute muscles bigger, they're just not a great choice. So again, lunges with a little bit more forward lean, goblet squats or kettlebell front squats with a little bit more forward lean, hip thrusts and deadlifts, because these are all slower movements. They are going to work much, much better at building glutes. And again, your swings are probably going to feel stronger in the end anyway. So what's not to love? All right. So this concludes this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please share it with a friend or friends, particularly those who have pancake butt and could certainly use the advice. I'm going to include a link to an article on this exact same topic, one that I wrote a little while back. And it's going to have some movement demos in there. So you'll be able to see some pictures of what I'm talking about. So go ahead, take a look at that article in the show notes. And as always, have fun and happy training.